The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Momo, Momo's going to kill you. Momo, Momo's going to kill you. At night shall come when you're in bed. In the morning you will be dead. Momo's going to kill you. Do you want a surprise? Look in our eyes. I won't lie. You're going to die. Momo's going to kill you. And you don't believe your future is just made of stone. She will get you when you're home alone. Momo's going to kill you.
Creepy or not creepy?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Horrible Gamers Podcast Plus. That's what it's called, Podcast Plus. Anyways, I'm one of your hosts, Jesus Gonzalez, also known as Jesus Walks Out. Today, I'm joined by Gunny Chief from the West Coast to Best Coast. Welcome,
Also known as Henley Merrill. How? Hey,
we're back once again. Once again, we're together to talk about things. How do you feel?
I feel good.
Well,
Scared once again.
Well, good. I hope you're scared because we're going to talk about some scary shit today. Today, we got a very special show for you lined up. And today, we're going to talk about a very controversial thing that has happened. And it comes and goes, kind of. And for the most part, nowadays, you don't really hear much about it. But for a few years ago, you would hear about it all the damn time. All the time. Everywhere. It would constantly happen, and people would bring it up all the time. Anyways, let's talk about a challenge, Gunny. You know what a challenge is?
I do.
So that's when I challenge you to do something, right? Pretty much. Everyone knows what a challenge is, just to make it clear.
It's not a command, it's a challenge.
It's a challenge, yeah. So if somebody challenges you to do something, you do it because it's a challenge, whatever. You feel challenged to do it. And there's one thing that has gone viral in the last few years that I want to talk about, and that is the MOMO challenge. I don't know if you heard about MOMO. The MOMO challenge, Gunny?
I've heard of the MOMO, also known as the blue whale phenomenon.
It's kind of two different things, I want to say. They're two different types of challenges. People want to say that they're together and they're the same, but they're not the same. So let's kind of go through that. So anyways, the MOMO challenge is a phenomenon thing that came around. I want to say it started really in 2014, 2015, or 2016. No one really is sure. From what I've seen reports of 2014, but then I see reports that it started in 2016, then I see reports started in 2015. I honestly don't know what year it started. Like, it's really hard to pinpoint down when did the MOMO challenge start. I'm going to Google it right now. When did the MOMO challenge start?
It said it started sharing online in August 2016. From one of the articles that I read.
Yeah, so that's what I read too, but then I read somewhere else that it started back in 2014. Some people are saying that it really didn't get any traction until 2017, 2018. I just don't know. Anyways, if you know what the MOMO challenge is, it's pretty much a form of online cyberbullying. And it really spreads through, it goes through and it spreads via social media, such as WhatsApp. Usually WhatsApp is the most popular area where MOMO is seen. Sometimes Facebook, not 100% sure that it's always on Facebook, but it sometimes is. And then sometimes it's on Twitter, etc., stuff like that. But usually it's only through direct messages. It's not through like public sharing or public posts. It's through private messages. So WhatsApp is like a perfect way for it to happen. You know what I mean? Pretty much.
Yes.
On your cell phone, you're going to get a message from this Momo. Momo's going to come get you. Once Momo contacts you, it's a picture of Momo. So it's like this is a statue actually that was not created to instill fear. It was like a statue made for art, right, Gunny? It an art installation from Japan.
Yeah, and I can't remember the artist's name, but it was a Japanese artist, I believe.
Yeah, it was.
Midori
Momo
Hayashi?
Sculpture. Yeah. So yeah, I know for a fact that it's an actual like fucking.
It's a special effects company.
Yeah, they do like
Link Factory.
Yeah. Pretty much. It looks creepy though. I'm not gonna lie. Like they did a really good job with the creepiness of the statue, or whatever. But yeah, it's not a real thing. Like it's not like a real person thing or whatever. So it says here Hayashi and Link Factory are the people that made it. So Hayashi is the artist who works for a special effects company called the Link Factory in Japan. And he pretty much made this thing. And it's actually called a mother bird. It's what what Momo is called. Her real name is not Momo, it's mother bird. It looks like a bird. It looks like a lady, so mother bird, I guess it's a good name for it. I wonder if mother bird would have been as creepy as Momo.
Right.
Just Momo is easier to say, I guess.
I think so, yeah.
Anyways, let's talk about Momo, Gunny. So pretty much in 2018, Momo kind of became really popular. It went viral, sort of say. It went viral in July 2018 when a YouTuber by the name of Rainbot noticed the video, or noticed Momo or whatever. It said it was targeting teenagers. People were presenting themselves as Momo on the WhatsApp messages, trying to convince people to contact them through their cell phones. Pretty much, it's almost like the blue whale. Once you're contacted by Momo, you're asked to perform a list of tasks, and if you refuse to do so, you're going to be threatened by Momo. Pretty much, the messages that, like, say Momo tells you to do something, you're like, no, I'm not going to do it, Momo. She'll either send you a picture of her creepy ass face, or they'll send you a picture of something gruesome, something like somebody being murdered, a picture of somebody, being killed or whatever, and they'll say, you're next. So, pretty creepy shit, you know what I mean? Especially for a kid, that's usually the target of these challenges. It's going to be hard for them to, like, not believe that, It really is. I know that it sounds kind of crazy to believe that, but it is the truth. I mean, kids, like we said before on the previous episode where we talked about Slender Man, how easily influenced kids are. And pretty much this is the same situation where a kid is going to see this, they're going to be freaked out. You're going to send them a picture of a dead body or a casket or something weird, and they're going to get freaked out and they're going to do what you tell them to do. This is what these people are doing. So pretty much, let's talk about the countries that Momo has kind of hit. One of the countries is Argentina. Pretty much, Argentina was very notorious for this one girl who apparently died from a suicide because of the Momo challenge. She apparently followed what Momo wanted her to do, and she ended up killing herself, believing that Momo would get her and her family if she otherwise didn't. There's been no actual link confirmed by any authorities between Momo and the girl's suicide. This is just kind of like the first time it went like crazy on the news. I remember seeing it on the news everywhere. People were talking about it. Fox News, CNN, all this shit was like, some girl killed herself over this challenge, and everyone was talking about it pretty much. No one knows if it's really the reason she killed herself was because of this Momo thing, or if Momo is being blamed because they don't really know why she killed herself, and they just need some kind of excuse to give why she did it.
Yeah, and it even says here, that in one report that the game started in Mexico with players and the WhatsApp, but it sounds like it just spread throughout South America, according to this article.
Definitely. Other countries the game has been seen in. Brazil. Although authorities in Brazil have yet to confirm any cases that are linked to the Momo challenge, the National Safer Net nonprofit organization has been approached by concerned parents and warned that this is only one of a variety of ways and schemes to extort money and information from people. Apparently it's happening in Brazil. In Canada, in the province of Quebec, Local police forces have indicated that people in their jurisdiction have been in contact with the MOMO challenge, but there has been no victim as of yet. They're asking people to not use the phone number provided in the WhatsApp messages and to not send screen capture images to that phone number and to send screen captures of the images that they get from that phone number to the police. Pretty much the Royal Canadian Mounted Police and other forces said they are monitoring the spread of the phenomenon but cannot confirm any actual victims of this MOMO challenge. In Colombia, Gunny, the police have not confirmed news reports linking the death of 2 youths in the Barbosa area, and it's pretty much like that those deaths are being blamed on MOMO, but there's no confirmation. So it seems to me like the police has like these rumors that these are happening, but they can't confirm it. Pretty much, you know what I mean? In Europe, in France, there's people are saying that there was a complaint that was filed by a dad, and that dad's son committed suicide a couple months later. In Germany, the police were aware of chain letters that were mentioned, and they were pretty much asking the people in the public to be careful when they're on their phones and what the messages they're getting. In Luxembourg, police confirmed 1 case in its territory, but no harm was caused. In the Belgian Public Prosecutor's Office reported on November 6, 2018, that a 13-year-old boy had been the victim of the MOMO challenge and hung himself. Pretty much in Spain, people were warned to stay away from new challenges on the WhatsApp Messenger. In India, on August 29, 2018, the Criminal Investigation Department, the CID of India in West Bengal, indicated that claims reported in the media about the death of 2 teens were linked to the MOMO challenge were far-fetched and devoid of any evidence. The CID believes most of the large volume of MOMO challenge invitations in India originate locally and pranks sent to spread panic. It says here, so far the game has not claimed any victim, nor has anyone approached us saying they have played even in the first level of it. That's what the CID said. Pretty much, the statement follows weeks of news coverage about unconfirmed cases. After being alerted by youth who received a MOMO challenge invitation, police in West Bengal issued a warning, and the cybercrime unit has been investigating where the messages are coming from. So it's pretty much, there was a suicide of a girl there in that area who was 10 years old. It's not confirmed that the MOMO challenge was part of it, because she did leave a note expressing discouragement with low grades. Man.
Yeah, we really don't know the scope of this and how many people have actually committed suicide over this.
Yeah. In the United States, early August 2018, various local police departments have started warning the population about the dangers of MOMO challenge. Some jurisdictions have received several complaints, but no jurisdiction has reported anybody being actually injured or harmed. And yeah, it says here, the MOMO character has also appeared in the popular video game Minecraft as a result of unofficial mods created by the game's users. And
I believe GTA 5 as well.
A police officer in Ohio was concerned to see Momo in his son's copy of Minecraft, worried about the possibility that the mod could lead to participation in the Momo challenge. It says after the news reports started to outline the link between Minecraft mod and the Momo challenge, Microsoft announced that it was taking measures to restrict access to the mod in question. Yeah, well, shit. Well, that's just happened, Dunny. That just happened. Anyways, This is all kind of coming, late 2018. We're seeing reports of this shit. Like, what the hell? 2018, man. Like, that was just like a few months ago.
Right, and we're not covering everything on our regular show.
Yeah. Like we mentioned Momo. Remember we mentioned her back a few months ago on our show, and we kind of talked about her. She looked creepy, whatever. We made fun of her face. But, like, people aren't really kind of, like, believing in this thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, along with the Blue Whale Challenge, which derived from the country of Russia.
Yeah. It says here, like, it's just crazy, People are worried. So pretty much the Momo challenge is, like Gunny said, it's a thing that's kind of linked to the Blue Whale challenge. And the Blue Whale challenge is very similar to
the blue whale phenomenon. Basically a
pretty
challenge.
much a challenge, yeah. It's just the Blue Whale. Everyone kind of calls it just the Blue Whale challenge. Anyways, the Blue Whale challenge is pretty much the Momo thing. You're going to get a list, a task, of things to do. You're going to go through them. The more you do them, the more things you get, etc., etc. Have you heard of the Blue Whale challenge, Gunny? I know you probably have.
Yes. Yeah, we've talked about that also on the show. And the other thing too is about doxing, which is gathering personal information from the victim.
Yeah.
That's, like, hey, I have your address, or, I have your parents' names, or, I know your girlfriend.
It's not necessarily they're doxing the people that are going through these, like, victims of these challenges or whatever. I guess we call them victims. They're not being doxed. They're being socially engineered to give up answers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can trick somebody to give you information, Gunny. You could just trick them into believing that you're somebody else. You could call somebody and tell them that you're fucking Comcast and that they owe money on their bill and they're going to start answering questions. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can get answers out of them. Yeah,
eventually get their password or
get their password,
account.
Their credit card, or whatever. You know what I mean? You could just sit there and ask questions to people, and some people will just give you all the answers you need. They don't even think twice about it, And it's kind of the same thing with this Momo thing. Kids don't think twice about it. They kind of just believe that this Momo thing is real, or this Momo person is going to get them. So they start answering these questions like, "Hey, what's your parents' name?" "Oh, this is my parents' name." "Oh, what's your dog's name?" "This is my dog's name." "Where do you live?" "I live in this town." "What part of town?" "I live in this part of town." So, with that kind of information, you kind of start narrowing down who these people are, where they live, etc. Anyways,
Yeah.
I got a list of the Blue Whale Challenge. What you got to do, Gunny. Different things
Right.
you might have to do. So here's a list of some of the items you may have to do for the Blue Whale Challenge. So
I see it on my phone.
If you notice anyone trying to fucking do these things, keep an eye on them. Make sure they're not trying to fucking kill themselves or doing some stupid challenge on their phone. Anyways, number 1 on the list here says carve a specific phrase on the person's own hand or arm. So I guess you pick a phrase, you carve it into your arm or your hand. Not unusual. A lot of emo kids, I guess, used to do this back in the day. You know what I mean? So it's kind of maybe they're not doing the emo. Maybe they're not doing the Blue Whale Challenge. Maybe they're just doing the emo thing. I don't know.
I've seen it now with like a felt pen or something on the body.
Oh, okay.
That's the latest on YouTube.
Another one is wake up at 4:20 a.m. and watch a scary video that is sent by the person who started the challenge. So whoever's sending the messages will send you a creepy video to watch at 4:20 a.m. and you have to watch it. That's another part of the challenge. It says here, make a lengthwise cut on the person's own arm. So you're making a cut all the way down your arm. Okay, a little bit more serious there. Draw a whale on a piece of paper. Okay, that's not hard. I could draw a whale right now on a piece of paper, and it doesn't mean I'm a part of the challenge. So I don't know about that one. It says here, write yes on the person's own leg if they're ready to become a whale. Otherwise, they should cut themselves multiple times. So either you're going to write yes or cut yourself. One of the two. There's another one that's a secret task. This one is written in a code, so like people can't decipher what it means. I don't know what it means just yet, so I won't read that one. There's another one called you have to overcome a fear. Overcome something that's a fear of yours. I guess that's not a bad challenge.
No.
Overcome one of your fears. Sounds pretty good. I mean, I don't know. So write a status online about being a whale. Okay.
I would also assume that they would be cooperating in this endeavor.
Yeah.
When it comes to especially something like overcoming one of my fears.
Watch scary videos all day. Okay. Listen to the music the curator sends you. Okay. Cut your lip. Okay. It says here, go to a roof and stand on the edge of the roof. Yeah, that's a little bit more serious there.
Okay.
Stand on a bridge. Okay, that's not hard. Like, where on a bridge do you want me to stand? Do you want me to stand on the bridge, or do you want me to stand, like, hanging off the edge of the bridge? Where am I standing on this bridge? Because I could stand on the bridge. I could walk on a bridge. It's fine. I don't get that stand on a bridge. You know what I mean? Seems kind of weird.
Yeah, it could just be,
like, you
I would assume,
walk across the bridge. You know, like, okay, stand on a bridge. Another one is climb a crane. Okay, you probably shouldn't be climbing a crane if you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
If I have a fear of heights, then that solves that.
Yeah. It says here, talk with the whale on Skype. So you have to talk with an actual whale on Skype. It says here, sit on the roof with your legs dangling over the edge. Oh, man. It says here there's another one that's in code again. No one knows what that means. Another one that's a secret mission that you have to do. You have to meet with an actual whale. And then after this, you have to visit a railroad.
Yes.
Visit a railroad. Wow.
What if you're not anywhere near a railroad? I guess you would have to travel to one?
Travel, yeah. It seems pretty, yeah. Because there's places with no railroads, right? Like, I mean, they're probably pretty much everywhere across the country, but it has to be sometimes hard to find one, I guess. I don't know. Seems weird.
I guess just find some tracks.
Yeah, just walk on some tracks somewhere. The curator will also assign a date that the person is going to die. So they're going to tell you when you're going to die. Like fortune tellers, I guess. And then you do not talk with anyone all day. And you're going to give an oath or a vow about being a whale. Okay.
Interesting.
Well, I guess. I mean, it says here after all these steps, you're going to watch, movies all day, horror movies, listening to music the person picks for you. You're going to talk to them, do all that. The last task on the list is you're going to jump off a building. So
how high of a building?
Yeah, no one knows. You just jump off a building. Let me see if I can find a MOMO challenge list here. I found the blue whale one.
I found the one with 50 tasks.
Yeah, I found that one too. I'm trying to find like the blue whale or the MOMO challenge list.
Yeah. Tasks to encourage and build people up.
Yeah. I can't find any MOMO challenge list. Anyways, pretty much people like just watch your kids on social media. Let's be real here. Like at the end of the day, all this stuff comes down to social media, influence, YouTube, etc., that are gonna influence your children into believing this shit's real. I mean, there's legitimate government organizations that are like handing out flyers and posters and stuff about this MOMO stuff that they have to tell people it's not real, people. It's not fucking real. Like, don't believe in this stuff.
Yeah, and I even see the suicide hotline here at the bottom of the article to call, for any of your loved ones. So they would be the most vulnerable, especially even young children.
Yeah. Pretty much the MOMO challenge begins with you're gonna get a text message from a phone number. It's gonna be a picture of the MOMO. And then or you can contact this MOMO. You have to it says you can initiate the challenge by contacting it. So you can go on the WhatsApp and actually type the number and call MOMO or whatever, or text it or whatever. Then MOMO is gonna call you back or text you back. When they text you or call you back, they're gonna tell you to start doing things. But if you don't do it or you don't respond to MOMO, it's gonna tell you, well, I'm gonna curse you. You're gonna be cursed forever. You're gonna die. I'm gonna come for you or whatever. And then that's when the stuff begins. Like, you have to keep doing it. And obviously it turns out that one of the very last challenges, if not the last one, is to kill yourself. Because that's very fucking smart.
Yeah, and it even says here in one of the articles I'm reading about psychological manipulation. which what I would just equate to brainwashing, where experts believe the test may convince an impressionable young person to hurt themselves because of the whale influence. A number of tasks involve talking to a whale or Skyping with them. And yeah, I think that you're pretty much set at that point where, they've got control of you. These whales, I would say.
Yeah. It says here that the MOMO challenge is very popular mostly in Latin, Spanish-speaking countries, and it's also very popular in Japan. Some believe the challenge to have originated in Japan and then moved on to Latin America. Others believe the challenge began in Mexico and moved down south to South America and down back over to Japan. No one knows really where it started. It just started somewhere. As far as the phone numbers that are linked to the WhatsApp, if you call them or whatever, you're going to get threatening messages. You're going to get messages with threatening, disturbing images. They're going to pretty much tell you that they know who you are, they know where you live, they know your name, they know things about you when they really don't, but they're going to tell you they do to scare you. So there's that.
Yeah, and I'm sure they try until they find an actual, I would say a victim. Until they find someone that actually will believe this.
Definitely.
And go along with it.
Another thing that I want to talk about is pretty much the Charlie thing. I don't know if you heard about Charlie, Gunny.
I haven't. This is the first I've heard of it.
So Charlie is a game that's pretty much a demon summoning game where you write yes, no, yes on a piece of paper, and you kind of do like a four square. Like it's like a four square thing. You put yes, then no, then yes. Like, Then you put a pencil above another pencil, kind of like it's kind of like weird. Like you lay a pencil
like an X
down,
almost.
You put another pencil down, and you're gonna spin the top pencil. You're gonna spin the top pencil on top of the other pencil. You're gonna give it like a surface for it to spin on. And then you're gonna ask Charlie if he is there, like if Charlie is with you. Pretty much.
And I know that just from reading this, it started out with whether a boy likes you. So it could, very, something that probably started in grade school.
So this pretty much started when the Vine thing was still around with that Vine app. And it says here that you pretty much, I got the instructions here from the actual beginning thing. It says here, you're going to open your Vine and get the camera rolling. And it says you're going to draw an X on a piece of paper. Label 2 of the resulting quadrants no and the other 2 yes. Place 2 overlapping pencils on each axis of your grid, crossing them in the middle. Say, Charlie, are you there? And ask a question. Example. Is one of my friends going to die soon? Will I go to prom next May, etc.? And then you're going to scream probably. Once this begins, the pencil will spin by itself without you touching it. And then once it spins, it'll land on yes or no, pretty much.
So it's like a pen and paper type Ouija board thing, maybe. I don't know, because if it's going to move by its own, it's paranormal.
It's going to be paranormal. But I mean, this has been debunked. It's pretty much known that if you breathe on the pencil, it's going to move a little bit, and that's kind of what's causing the movement. Also, when you're screaming probably, you're probably going to move the pencil. As well as if you tap the desk, move the desk, any type of movement.
From underneath the desk, it's going to move.
It's going to move the pencil. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about this right now.
It's interesting. I'm reading this from reactions, talking about posting a hoax. An article claiming that 500 mysterious deaths resulted from playing the Charlie challenge. And it says the Fiji Sun, which is from the Fiji Islands, where my wife is from, reports claims made by a satire website. And it says that the Fiji Ministry of Education has banned the game. And 3 Fijian teachers in Tavua were taken to a police station for questioning over allegations they forced their students to play it. So I'm going to ask my wife about this if she's ever heard of it. So this was back in, this would have been back 2015, but...
Yeah, the Charlie, I remember seeing this thing around Facebook and stuff. Some of my friends were posting videos doing this shit. So it was kind of like some people were making fun of it, some people were legitimately scared of it. So pretty much, it says here, around the internet where the Charlie, who is Charlie? Who is this Charlie character? Apparently, he's a Spanish-speaking kid who was a victim of a fatal car accident. There's another one that says he may have been a kid who committed suicide. Another one says he is a pagan Mexican deity who now convenes with the Christian devil. And says here the other believes that he's like a demon or whatever.
Yeah, and his name is Uego de la Lapicera, if I said that correctly.
Fuego de la Lapicera, that's the game of the pencil is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
So in Spanish, that's what this.
Oh, Lapicera, that's right. Yes, pencil, yeah. Now I remember.
But I mean, some people are saying that in Mexico, there's no such thing as a fucking demon called Charlie. Just there's no such thing as that, okay? They're saying there's no demon that exists that we call Charlie, and yeah, so pretty much there's that. Pretty much the players, it says here that Charlie will haunt the players who fail to say goodbye before they close the game out, and so there's that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad we're not reading more articles on suicides on this one.
Why?
Well, just the fact that this Charlie challenge, we're not.
Well, yeah, I don't think
deaths.
Charlie makes people kill themselves. He just kind of creeps people out. It's more of a creeping you out type thing. That he's kind of linked to Momo in a way because as Charlie doesn't tell you to do things, but I guess you can be freaked out by it because you could ask it, "Am I going to die tomorrow?" And it's going to say yes or no. And then if it says yes, you're going to be like, "Oh shit, I'm dying tomorrow. I don't want to go nowhere." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I could see that freaking you out a little bit.
Yeah, that would be disheartening.
Yeah.
What is the next challenge, Jesus? What is the next one that's going to go viral? I mean, that's the thing.
I don't know. Yeah.
Right? We haven't seen it yet.
It seems kind of. Yeah, I don't know what's going to be the next thing, man.
Yeah, it'll probably revolve around some app that you can download on your phone.
I don't know. What do you think is the next challenge? I mean, at what point do these challenges become like a real serious type thing? Like a real serious, like an actual threat to people, like an actual security risk? At what point?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely going to revolve. I mean, I would say it would be related to the Blue Whale, MOMO. They would just be with another name and something more intricate, as far as, people doing these challenges and just doing more crazy shit, basically, leading to their deaths or somebody else's death, which I'm worried about. So especially for, having a 12-year-old son. So it's just some evil people in this world creating these things. Or is it not? Is there something to this MOMO, I mean, just gives me chills just watching some of these videos. And, even that video you sent me earlier with the young girl singing that song.
What, the MOMO scary song?
That scared me. I did. I'm like, that's an actual young girl singing that song. Why is she singing that song? That's what just...
Yeah, that is some creepy shit. Out. Yeah, that song was creepy, man. Like, I was kind of creeped out by that song. I was.
Yikes. The MOMO.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck, man. Like, it's crazy. I'm looking here. It says in Russia, the Blue Whale Challenge is actually... some people say that maybe up to 130 people have killed themselves because of the Blue Whale Challenge.
Yeah.
They say that at least 3 deaths in Russia. Says 2 girls were killed at the age of 15 and 16 after completing 50 tasks. Says the 2 jointly committed suicide by falling from a building. It says another 14-year-old girl threw herself in front of a train and killed herself. It says here in 2016, 21-year-old former psychology student Philip Butekin was arrested. He has claimed to have invented the game back in 2013. It reportedly says that he wanted to cleanse the society of unworthy individuals. He is now detained and is in Cresty Prison. It says here, at first he claimed to be innocent, but in court he made a confession and claimed that he had instigated suicide in at least 16 cases of teenage girls. Wow.
Yeah, just reading this one from Pakistan. I think it was two young men, but I'm just scrolling down here where it says where it talks about people start suffering from depression because game moderators warn the players if they don't complete the assigned tasks, their families will be harmed.
I mean, this is interesting to see that it actually has a like a beginning here. Another person that was arrested is this person named Ilja Sidorov from Russia. This guy was arrested. Apparently, he is also a part of this Blue Whale Challenge. He is now accused. Currently, was arrested a few years ago in 2017. He is accused. He's 26 years old, and he's accused of encouraging young people to self-harm themselves and kill themselves in a game similar to the Blue Whale, and it has been linked to over 130 deaths. He claims to have recruited up to 32 school children in his group before he was arrested in Moscow. Yep. It says here that the police, after they found a 14-year-old girl who tried to kill herself earlier that year, that they raided his house, and there was 5 mobile phones, a tablet, and several SIM cards that were confiscated during the search. Yeah. And he said that he is an administrator of a so-called suicide group that had 32 members, all of them underage, and he gave them different tasks aimed at injuring themselves and in order to incite suicide. Wow.
Yikes.
So yeah. So pretty much there's these people in Russia that are like doing this to have people kill themselves. And who knows, there might be other people in other countries that are doing the same thing.
Yeah, is the one from, is it Chennai? I don't know if that's actually in Russia. Where the girl leaped off the seventh floor.
I don't know. But I know in Russia there's 2 guys that got arrested. So pretty much Ilja Sidorov and Philip Budikin. Making people kill themselves. Apparently they have. The one guy made 2 people kill themselves, or 3 people, and the other guy had 30-something kids following his stupid commands.
Yeah, and in every article I'm reading just kind of goes back to, again with the social media, Google, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, Microsoft, and Yahoo, to see them use these tools for evil.
This is just nuts.
It's like, I don't know what these people are thinking, but be vigilant out there, parents.
Apparently in Russia, in regards to these 2 guys being arrested, they have passed a law that President Putin has signed into effect on June 7, 2017. And the law has, it gives people a sentence up to 6 years in prison for people that create a suicide forum or group. Apparently the first guy, the 21-year-old who was arrested in 2016, who claims to have invented the game back in 2013, because he wanted to cleanse the world of society of unworthy individuals or whatever, he actually got sentenced to only 3 years in prison. 3 years and 4 months.
Yeah, because it would be murder, in my opinion.
I mean, it says that he made 16 girls kill themselves, or he instigated them to kill themselves. He didn't kill them, but he instigated them to kill themselves.
Look at Charles Manson. He never touched anybody.
Yeah.
Right? Well, I mean, of course, that was pre-internet, but still, that psychological manipulation.
You trick people to do it. I guess it makes sense, yeah. It seems kind of weird. Yeah, he only got 3 years, dude.
No, I don't think that's enough time in my opinion.
That was back in 2017, so that means he'll be out of prison next year.
Yeah. Yeah, with good time he'll be out.
He'll probably be doing the same shit again.
Yeah, and who knows what platform he'll be on,
Yeah, because you can't really monitor that unless you're like following him around all fucking day long.
Saying he cannot have internet, or he can't have any apps, or can't have any.
Yeah, but it's not going to stop
communications.
him.
Of course he's going to.
You can say all that, but it's not going to really stop him. If he wants to do it, he'll get a cell phone. He'll get a computer.
Oh yeah.
It's just nuts to me that like the dude only got 3 years in prison for that.
Yeah, I think he
I
should have
mean,
got
for
life.
having admitted to commit to like doing it, he admitted to it. It's not like it's, it's not like he was like found guilty because they investigated and he was found guilty because of that. He admitted. He told them like, "Yo, dude, I did this. I did this. I am guilty of this shit." And that is crazy. Like, how do you justify that? 3 years?
Yeah, that's definitely not enough time for that many deaths.
Sucks, but it's the truth. That's what happens, people, when there's no laws against this stuff. Apparently, there was no law against this Blue Whale challenge.
Yeah, I mean, is it part of the bullying thing? Like the anti-bullying laws or whatever that we have, or I mean, a lot of these are just happening in the shadows, right? With somebody that's, once you find them, what do you charge them with? I mean, I guess it would be murder if that
In the
person.
U.S., I don't know. I think in the U.S. they would probably go for murder or something if you made somebody kill themselves. But who knows? Maybe they wouldn't. Maybe they go for a bullying law, for harassment. Who knows? I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know, man. It's just fucking wild. I'm just, who knows? Anyways, people, just make sure that you're watching your kids, you're watching the people around you, that they're not falling for these stupid challenges, and keep an eye on them, and just pretty much stay safe out there. All this stuff can happen so fast, and next thing people are trying to kill themselves for whatever reason.
Right. And just kind of throw this in there as well as my kid had, he's 12. And so he had said, "Hey Dad, you need to download this app on your phone." And I think it was, I use, like for my Fitbit, I use the Fitbit app. It's part of the official thing where, I can sync my phone. But anyway, he had said, "Oh, it's called the Run app," or something to that effect. And I forgot exactly what it was called, but it was like, yeah, you go and create an account, and the more that you walk with your phone, and again, this is without a device, like a watch or something, but then you can get things. You can go to that website and pick things out. But it seemed real hokey to me. But I thought, I don't want anybody, reaching out to my child in any way or shape, form, or fashion, like sending him messages or nothing like that. Especially if they've got like his email or hey, what's your phone number? Like, how do they, that's the thing too, where, could just be many avenues of how they, reach out to these people, whether it's a phone app or email or through a video game. I just think there's so many different ways they can do this. And it's scary, I think
Yeah. You never know, man. You never know what app or what thing, how they're going to be able to reach out to them and how they're going to be able to do it. It's just kind of crazy. And yeah, it's a good idea to keep an eye on everything they do and everything that your kids are downloading and all the apps and all the things they're watching, etc. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, we're done, people. I'm out of here. Enjoy this, and we'll be back again, of course, later on this week with an actual HGP, and then we'll be back once again with more HGP Plus. Give us topics you want us to discuss. Email us feedback@horriblegamers.com. Message us directly on the Patreon app. If you're listening to this on the Patreon app, it's simple. Leave a comment in the show note or in the show. Just leave a comment. Be like, hey, I want this topic next. And we may just do that topic next. Because right now we don't really have a list of what topic we're going to do next. We have a list of topics, but if you want
we
us
have
to
some ideas. We do have things written down. But
if you want us to do one next and be like, I want you to talk about this next time, let us know and we'll talk about whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter what you want us to talk about. We'll talk about it. It doesn't matter. I don't care what you want me to talk about because you're paying us money. I'll talk about whatever. I don't care. So let us know. Anyways, we're out of here, people. Peace out. We'll come back next week with more HGP Plus. Enjoy. We love you. Have a good day. Good night. Go to sleep. Driving. If you're driving, don't go to sleep. If you're driving,
keep driving.
Stay up. Keep driving. Anyways, we're out of here. Goodbye, people. Bye.
Thanks for listening. Gunny Chief out.
Bye.
Momo's going to kill you. Momo's going to kill you.